Well, new at 5, the DECC is looking into an incident tonight that happened inside the facility, and leaders there claiming Minnesota Nurses Association members harassed Essentia employees.
And Northern News Now has exclusively obtained this surveillance footage of the incident between MNA members and Essentia workers.
You can see as the MNA presence grows as they chant at Essentia. The two groups had different events that happened to be held simultaneously in different areas in the DECC.
According to the DECC, the MNA confronted Essentia leadership after months of labor disputes between the two sides.
Both the DECC and Essentia released statements calling this protest unacceptable.
The MNA says it was appropriate and did not rise to the level of harassment. Out more of the video and what it shows, and hear from every party involved, including the DECC, coming up tonight at 10.
Well, Superior